property taxes is a scam. And I understand that it pays for education and it pays for teacher salaries, but I think we need to find another way because
property taxes are going to drive me up the wall. Okay, so we got our bill yesterday for our property taxes. So I feel like that when I purchased the land and I purchased the house or built the house, that I pay taxes on it then. Why do we have to pay taxes every single year? And every year they go up.
You work your entire life to buy a home. You make the payments. You sacrifice. You finally pay off the mortgage. And then the bills keep coming. Not from the bank, not from the government. That's why millions of Americans are asking a simple question. If I can lose my house for not paying property taxes, did I ever really own it? Let's talk about it.
So you're telling me that if I buy a house 30 years ago at $50,000, but the city develops really well and now the value of my house is at $2 million, you're telling me that I have to now pay taxes on $2 million, even though I have never seen a dime of that $2 million? I have not sold my house. This is not an investment property. This is where I live and I chose to live and I hoped to live for the rest of my life. But now you're telling me that I either have to sell my house or lose my house because I can't afford to pay taxes. And the taxes are probably more than what my mortgage was 30 years ago. You're telling me that if I give this house as an inheritance as a senior to my children and I pass away, they will either have to pay those property taxes for the rest of their lives or they risk losing the house that I have worked so hard for all this time. Property taxes is a scam. And I understand that it pays for education and it pays for teacher salaries, but I think we need to find another way.
Property taxes are going to drive me up the wall. Okay, so we got our bill yesterday for our property taxes. So I feel like that when I purchased the land and I purchased the house or built the house, that I pay taxes on it then. Why do we have to pay taxes every single year? And every year they go up. I mean, ain't nobody in the county coming to help me maintain my house and maintain my yard and that kind of stuff. So why I got to pay it? I don't get it. And every year it goes up more and more and more. It's the same house in the same land. It ain't like it grew. And I got kids in here terrorizing the house. So, I mean, it ain't like it's in, perfect condition. So anyway, it's going to break me. And then it's due between September and January. Did they know Christmas falls in that time of frame? Okay. I don't get it. Does every county and every state, do you have to pay property taxes? Is it like this all over the United States? Because I might have to move.
We have to get rid of property taxes for people that have paid off their houses. I was just talking to my neighbor. He paid off his house and he pays close to $1,000 a month still for property taxes. Don't they tax us on enough shit already? Like, what's the point of even owning your house if you still have to pay property taxes? There's no winning. The only benefit is if you sell the house, get that money. It makes no sense to me that we're taxed on everything you do in this life, whether you sell something, buy something, do something, all of it. So if you pay off your house, you should no longer have to pay property taxes. And I firmly stand on that ground because that is just the stupidest thing possible. Like, they get so many other ways. Property taxes, our house should be the one thing that we actually get to own, even though you never truly own it. You just kind of rent it until you either sell it or die, and then it goes to the next person, right? So stupid. I don't understand it. Do you agree or what?
Do you know what irks me more than anything? Property taxes. I had to pay my property taxes today. $2,553.08. That's $212.76 a month I pay to live on this piece of land. And this land in my house is paid for. We busted our tails, my husband and I, to get this house paid for so that we wouldn't have a house payment. But now we have a small house payment for property taxes every month. And every year for the past 2 years, it's gone up $300. So I cannot imagine if we live here 20 more years, how expensive our property taxes will be. And don't get me wrong, I realize that some of you would be more than happy to pay that amount for property taxes. You probably pay more in the bigger cities. But to me, this is ridiculous. I'm in Alabama, in the city limits, sitting on about 2.5 acres. It's just ridiculous. You know, it is true what they say, that you never truly own anything. And it's like the more you try to succeed in life, the more things you try to have, the more you get penalized. So anyway, I want to know what state you're from, how much your property taxes were, and if you live in the city or the county. So either you're going to make me feel really good about my property taxes or I'm going to be super jealous. Anyways, let me know.
If we pay off our houses, why do we still have to keep paying property taxes? Can someone in government please explain that to me? Like, what exactly do we get for the property tax money? I mean, other than getting to stay in our house that we've paid off and supposedly own. Like, if I didn't pay that property tax, you'd take the property. So, in essence, I don't really own it? Like, who in the hell in government came up with property tax? Who thought that would be a good idea? I'm never going to own my house. The government still has their fingers in the pot. And your pot, too. And everybody's pot. All right, rant over. But can someone explain property taxes to me? I don't fucking get it.
What's interesting about this issue that many are experiencing isn't just the taxes. It's the feeling behind it. Most people understand that roads, school, firefighters, and public services need funding. What people are reacting to is the idea that after spending decades of paying off a house, missing a tax payment could still put their home at risk. For many Americans, homeownership was supposed to represent freedom. Instead, many feel like they're still making payments forever. That's how I feel. It's ongoing. It never stops. And they keep raising it. Because when your property value rises, your tax rises as well. So people are asking, is the American dream becoming a subscription-based service? That's why these videos are resonating with so many people right now.
So in the 4 years since I bought my house, my property taxes have increased 30%. If American citizens can pay taxes based on the value of their home, why can't billionaires pay taxes based on the value of their assets?
Two types of taxes that really shouldn't exist. Okay, I'm okay with sales tax. Like, I get that. Okay, I'm buying things. Fine. Take it out of that. Take it out of the transaction that is. Income tax. You should not be taxing me because I go to work and then take money because I earned money because I used my time to gain income. Okay, no, you don't get that. And then number two, real estate tax. I should not be taxed for owning a property. I should not be taxed for having a house. I understand if it is like, and actually, you know what? Never mind. I take that back. Even businesses, you should not be taxed to exist.
If you stop paying your rent, your landlord will evict you. And if you stop paying your property taxes, the government's going to take your house. So really, you're always renting from somebody. It's just a matter of, are you renting from the landlord or you're renting from the government?
So I just went in and paid my property taxes for last year. I know I'm late to the game. I didn't want to pay taxes on this property. This property was a gift from my parents. It's 1 acre in the middle of nowhere on our family compound. Has nothing on it, no water, no electric, no nothing. It's just an acre that's undeveloped. And I'm just wondering why. I get I have to pay taxes, but why am I paying $300, almost $400 for Aransas County? The school district is most of it, and I don't have a kid that goes to the school district. I get we have to pay something, and maybe I'm obviously confused, but why the fuck am I paying taxes on a property that was a gift that has nothing on it, that's doing nothing, that is nothing? What the fuck?
Imagine you working so hard all your life to pay off your home or the loan, but to find out that it's never yours anyways. Because if you just miss one of those property taxes, well, it's over for you. They take it away from you and they give it back to the highest bidder. What are we working for if it's never ours? What are we doing running around in circles? This is criminal. It needs to be fixed.
There is a 91-year-old woman in Pennsylvania who's been living in her home for 25 years or more. She fell behind on the taxes because she's sick and she went in the hospital. So they auctioned her home off. She fell behind like $3,500 in the taxes. The house has been paid for. She fell behind $3,500 in taxes and her home was auctioned off. They bought the debt for $14,000. Along with that, they got the equity included with the house. So ain't no telling how much that is.
Biggest scam in the world are property taxes. I will have this house paid off in 3 more years, but will it really be paid off? It will never be paid off because the tax bill will keep coming. I know you guys are out there saying, don't pay your taxes this year. What happened to Willie Nelson? What happened to Wesley Snipes when they didn't pay their taxes? Like, they put old man Willie Nelson back to work, took all his prized possessions and made him go on tour so he could pay that bill. If I didn't pay the property taxes on this house after it was paid off, they come and they take it. They sell it to some investor for the tax debt for pennies on the dollar, and he grabs 30 years of my hard work. That's what the IRS can do to you if you stop paying your taxes. So I love your guys' idea. I love what you're saying about let's get together and not pay taxes.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but if you think paying off your mortgage means that you finally own your home, you're wrong. You see, you basically just switch landlords. Instead of paying your mortgage rent to the bank, you're now paying the government, woohoo, for property taxes. That's what your rent is now considered. Oh, and if you don't not pay that, because they'll come get the keys to your house and they'll sell it for a fraction of the cost. You think that's cool? You think that's right? You see, I paid this bad boy off 8 years ago. My rent is almost the same as it was when I had a mortgage. Imagine that. What do you think? You think if you own your home, you should still pay property taxes, or do you think that we should absolutely demolish this?
In 2023, in the state of Ohio, our property values skyrocketed. Some man behind a desk decided that our houses were worth 30% more than they were the day before. Okay, that resulted in everybody getting a ton more money. School districts got a ton more money. The police, fire, everybody got, the county got more money. And what did they do with the money? They figured out how to spend it. They baked it into their budgets. Okay? Every time our properties get reassessed, which again will happen in 2027. So if this doesn't get abolished, it's coming around again. It's coming around again. So next year, it's going to happen again. And they just keep hiking it up and finding more ways to spend. We better get a handle on it now. We have a real opportunity in the state of Ohio to abolish property taxes.
You will not buy a house until they get rid of property taxes. Listen, let me tell you something. Whether you stay in an apartment, rent a house, whatever, you are paying property taxes in that rent. Every time that rent go up every year.
It's because that homeowner, their property taxes went up, so they're going to charge it to the gang. They're going to charge it to you. You're paying it either way.
Exactly.
What do you think, just the rent just keeps going up for no reason?
That's why it goes up.
No, everything goes up.
And guess who paying it?
You.
So you are paying property taxes.
When nobody can kick us out of our home at any time, when you're renting, it's sad to say they can kick you out.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So you're not safe because you live in an apartment. That rent gonna keep going up every year. Or even if it don't go up every year, even if it go up every 2 years, every 3 years, it's gonna keep going up.
Whether you agree with property taxes or not, one thing is clear. People are feeling squeezed from every direction. Higher housing costs, higher insurance, higher utilities, higher taxes. And many homeowners are looking at a paid off house and wondering why the bills never stop. And at the same time, others argue that property taxes help fund schools, emergency service, and local infrastructure. So where do you stand? Should property taxes be reduced, capped, or eliminated after your house is paid off? Or are they a necessary part of keeping the local communities running? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you think. And if you made it this far, please like the video and hype the video. I know there's many of you out there that's experiencing the same thing as you saw in the clips. Let's share this. Let's have a discussion. Till next time. Peace.